Welcome to episode 156 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday, the 31st of October, 2020, and it's fucking Halloween, people. All's fucking Hallows Eve, is it? Whether you're fucking born in the 16th century or something like that and still go by that and want to live your life like that. We're encompassing everybody today, people. It's fucking Halloween. A particularly American phenomenon that seems to have invaded our shores, very much like the grey squirrel. I don't know if that's true, whether that comes from America or not. Who knows? Hey, write in at podcast@benbriggs.co.uk so I can ignore your email and totally judge you for being self-righteous. Yeah, it's Halloween, which obviously this year with the old coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, whatever you want to fucking call it, old person killer, is it? Respiratory old person strangler. The old person strangler. I think we ought to rename it that. The old person strangler of 2020. Do you remember the old person strangler of 2020? I do. We all lived through it, apart from people with underlying health issues that they already have. It's Halloween, so it's going to be a little bit different, people. I've seen, like, you get the people who do everything, don't you? You get the big Christmas, fucking Easter, they decorate their houses for fucking everything, don't they? It's like they're waiting. They're waiting just to go, look at my fucking plastic skeleton hanging up on my door. That's going to scare these kids. No, it's not. Just cough in their fucking face this year, isn't it? If they come round, although they won't be coming round, I imagine. I imagine they won't anyway, because I know. The rule is I never decorate my house or anything like that for Halloween because I live on my own here at Briggs Towers, and I don't want to be known as the local paedophile. You're only a box of sweets away from that, baby. Waiting on your doorstep, aren't you? Opening the door with a smile, having decorated your house. Oh, you got kids as well? No, I live on my own. I just like giving sweets to other people's kids. That was a big thing when I was younger, by the way. There obviously was paedophiles around when I was younger. They're all coming out of the woodwork now, aren't they? Being exposed 30 odd years later or whatever. But it was always the thing. Don't accept sweets of strangers. That was the thing, wasn't it? It was like they had dodgy sweets or something like that. Not that they're trying to fuck you. Oh, don't accept sweets of strangers. Are the sweets bad then? No, they're trying to fuck you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't know. I really like sweets. So, it's a small price to pay. I don't know, people. I don't know. So it's a particularly American... where I know it started in this country, where I think it started with the film E.T., when they're going round, like they're going trick-or-treating and shit like that. I don't remember anybody coming en masse like they do these days, and their stupid parents, with that proud fucking smug look on their face. I've had kids come round the door here and that sort of thing. I've got nothing for you. I've got cynicism and some swear words that you can learn and possibly use when you're older against those smug-looking parents standing at the end of my driveway with a stupid little bucket to collect their kids' sweets that they've done. Oh, isn't it great? And stuff like that, and exciting. Open the door with a fucking chainsaw. What do you want? I don't know. So hopefully this year I won't have to switch off all the lights and make it look as if I'm not in when I really am in, and be annoyed by children knocking on my door, even though there's no decorations outside. If anything, I cover the skeletons of the animals I have killed throughout the year that are rotting on the lawn of Briggs Towers, just to show that I am. These are not a prop for Halloween. These so they can't see that. I tell you what, though, slagging off the old Americans for the commercialization of Halloween, as I did sort of like a minute ago ish. They fucking know how to put on a show, don't they? I'll take my hat off to the old Yanks. They know how to put on a fucking show, don't they? You know, they know how to celebrate shit. That's what they, you go to New York at Christmas time and all the Christmas lights are up and you've got that big tree outside the Rockefeller Center, or you got Macy's and all that sort of thing. You go to Disneyland, Disneyland, I could never, I've been to Disneyland twice, right? I've been to Orlando twice. Once when I was about 3 years old. I don't remember a lot about that, really. There's pictures and shit like that, but I don't remember. And then when I was 16, so like after I did my exams, like my GCSEs and stuff like that, me, my mum and dad, my nan went, hanging with the nan. And I think my nan went. Anyway, I'm sure she did. Let's have a little bit of tea. And we stayed on International Drive, and it was because you take a lot more in. We hired a car and then drove in. It's not that far. It don't seem that far to the parks and that sort of thing from an International Drive, but it's a total. They know how to do all that fucking showbiz shit, don't they? I mean, it's a culture shock when you go in. You're walking into your hotel and the fucking guards have got guns and shit, and you're like, Jesus, we are in a different country here. This is not the peaceful, mellow fields of Blighty. But they know how to put on a fucking show. I could never go over to the French one, over Euro Disney and that sort of thing, because the old French, they're fucking, they're judgmental as fuck. No sweeping statements here. Hey, what do you want? You want a picture with Mickey Mouse? You shut up, child, and stand next to Mickey Mouse. You have your picture taken, then you fuck off. I imagine it's a bit like that. It's not like, hey, how you doing? That's my American accent, by the way. That whiny, nasally fucking, that's all I can do. Hey, how you doing, dude? You want a fucking picture with Mickey Mouse? Get in there. Have a fucking cheeseburger and a pair of Nikes. Have a new pair of sneakers. Yeah, that's, sorry, Americans, for that portrayal of you there as a stereotypical, whiny, nasally fucking... That's all I can do. I can do whiny and nasally Americans and fucking, nonchalant, judgmental fucking French people. That's it. This, hey. And people say, sorry, I'll have a bit of tea here. And people say, I have no fucking range. Hey, Ben, why don't you do acting? That's why. I can do nasally, sort of California-y, hipstery fucking Americans and arsehole French people. Now, if you've got a part for someone like that who is balding and has no acting ability and could just stand in the background just doing that, maybe, the French guy smoking with a fucking cigarette holder or something like that, drinking a glass of wine. That was a bit German there, wasn't it? Like, that's a French guy who spent a lot of time drinking wine in Germany. Anyway, so it's Halloween. This year is going to be a little bit different, obviously, because you've got to keep your social distancing and shit like that. And there is, it is at the moment sort of like 7 o'clock at night. So, like, you've got the little scamps scampering around with their fucking, the parents in their fucking chinos and their fucking regatta or whatever fleeces they're wearing, North Face or whatever, because it's a bit chilly outside. Looking all smug and great. Hey, look at my child. Look at the thing I created after fucking this woman next to me. Or man. Depending on how they class themselves, obviously. But yeah, it's everything's a little bit different this year, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Everything's a little bit fucking shitter, isn't it? At least I haven't had any knocks at the door yet. Who knows? We could be interrupted mid-podcast, but Yeah, it's everything, nothing's, they always, I remember going around people's houses for a Halloween party, my mate Lou's house and stuff like that, and I had a good old time on Halloween. But, yeah, it just seems, it's got progressively more and more tat that you can buy in the shops. It just, like, you go into, like, a supermarket or something like that, and they've got 2 whole aisles of fucking plastic shit shaped like a pumpkin, orange. It's got to be orange. That is the color of everything Halloween-y is orange. Anything fucking orange. You have loads of fucking pumpkins. You have normal pumpkins. You have carving pumpkins. You have small pumpkins, large pumpkins, extra large pumpkins. Pumpkins that you can fucking eat and fucking carve. What's the difference? Surely a pumpkin's a pumpkin. Do they grow them to a certain fucking viscosity or like a certain texture where they're like better to fucking carve? Is this it? Specific pumpkins you carve, do they taste like shit? Can you not eat the ones that are carved? I thought the whole idea was to scoop out the fucking pumpkin, make a pumpkin pie, and then stick a candle in it, carve out some fucking horrendous face, that you're disappointed in, you get your kid to do it and shit like that, and they fucking love that, and you go, that's an amazing pumpkin, and it looks like nothing, by the way. It looks like nothing, but you say, because you don't want to fucking break their heart on fucking Halloween, it's another festival where you can't fucking tell your kid off, like Christmas or fucking Easter or whatever other festivals you may celebrate. Is it the same for Eid? Are you not allowed to tell your kids off on Eid or anything like that? Because you might ruin that whole experience, and then, years later, they're having therapy sessions. He wouldn't let me carve the pumpkin. All I wanted to do was carve the pumpkin. Is that why you killed those 10 people and carved a fucking pumpkin face in their fucking spine? I don't know, people. We're getting a bit carried away. We're a little bit excitable. Maybe. We're a little bit on edge. Sorry about that. Whoa. Talking about carving pumpkins, here's a tenuous link for you. Cows. There's no link at all. This was something I saw. Now, I don't know if you're aware of the VR revolution. VR headset for cows. Apparently, here it goes. This sort of thing only happens in Russia. You will wear the VR glasses and you will like it. That was a bit German, wasn't it? That's somebody else. That's a Russian guy who's also spent a lot of time drinking wine in Germany. A Russian farm. Now, before I start this bit, let's have a little bit of tea. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. There we go. A little bit of tea. Lubricate the old fucking brain and tongue a little bit. Lubricate the tongue, really, Ben. Calm down, I say. A Russian farm. I've had a go on these VR headsets, by the way. Somebody who I know, some lady, my lady, she's my fucking lady friend. A lad, Hannah Sylvester's lad, Maximus Decimus, has got a VR headset, and I've had a go on this. It's fucking amazing. I'm not shitting you. If it's got an Oculus, what is it? Oculus Quest 2 or something like that. It costs about 400 quid. They're fucking wicked. You put it over your head like that. You get the 2 little controllers, and then instantly you are transformed. It's like Ready Player One, that film. If you've not watched that film, watch that film. It's like Ready Player One. You sort of like put it on. You're instantly absorbed into this world. It's like a fucking flick of a switch. As soon as you switch it on. And I tell you what, I found it not only all-consuming, but also fucking relaxing as well. because you're like picking up shit and you can sort of like feel the weight and throw it and shit like that through the little handsets and stuff like that. I got to get one. I urge anybody out there to get one. It's better than meditation, and I have never done meditation because I'm too fucking cynical for it. I can't do that shit. I cannot do meditation. I can't sit there. Hey, man, just let your mind go free. Don't think about anything. And then I start thinking about, like, not thinking about anything. And then I start thinking, is this the right thing I should be thinking about? Not thinking about anything. And then you start questioning yourself and you start getting anxious and fucking annoyed with yourself because you can't stop thinking about shit. And the next minute, you're more fucking stressed than when you started meditating. Anyway, let's get back on track here a little bit. I put this fucking thing on, and it is like 360 degrees, so you can sort of like see around you and shit like that, and it's fucking amazing. The graphics are fucking unbelievable these days. It's not like the pixelated shit like little stick men that we used to play on the Sinclair Spectrum Plus 2 tape loading, baby, that used to wait for fucking half an hour for the tape to load up everything, and then you couldn't breathe or step near it or anything like that, or it'd crash and not load properly. It's fucking instant. And you can feel the sort of like resistance in the little handsets and stuff like that, and you're throwing shit and, you know, shooting things or like doing the old saber shit, and, you know, it's fucking unbelievable. And now, apparently, in Russia, that's the only. Is that right, Ben? A Russian farm has given its dairy cows virtual reality headsets in a bid to reduce their anxiety. Here we are, people. Cows with anxiety now. That's it. Oh my fucking! What the fuck has a cow got to be anxious about? You know. Apart from getting a bolt in the brain, oh, my God, you know, we're eating all the grass. It doesn't seem like there's any more grass. Oh, my God, where's all the grass coming? Oh, we're in a new field. Ah, there's loads of fucking grass. Oh, no, we've almost eaten all the grass. Is it a repetitive thing? I don't know. Dairy cows, oh, shit. Am I going to hit my quota of milk today? Oh, no, Jesus. Am I going to be for the chopping block? Shit, man, my nipples are a bit achy and I've got to go to work in fucking 10 minutes. Jesus, anybody got any Germaline for my fucking nipples? My udders? What the fuck? I don't know what a cow has got to be anxious about, but Russians, the crazy mad fucks that they are, as a Russian farm has given its dairy cows virtual reality headsets to reduce their anxiety. The herd donned VR systems adapted for the structural feature of cow heads and was shown a unique summer field simulation program. Moscow's Ministry of Agriculture and Food cited research which they say has shown a link between a cow's emotional experience and its milk yield. So they're doing this to get some of that fucking more milk. A happy cow is a fucking milky cow. That's what it ought to be, whatever the Russian for that is. According to a statement from the ministry, the experiments took place. I bet they're not. I bet they're not even showing them that. I bet they're like using them for some way, some sort of fucking weapon system where they're, you know, you see these monkeys and shit like that in the, what film was it? 28 Days Later, where they're showing monkeys fucking, you know, surgery and fucking torture fucking videos and shit like that. And the next minute, you got a fucking herd of cows coming over the horizon, invading the UK right here. Just trampling people to death, fucking biting their arms off and shit like that, spraying a bit of fucking cream in their face. I don't know. Just seems weird. They look fucking weird anyway. I don't know. Maybe that's my stereotypes about Russia. Researchers will examine the effects of the program in a long-term study. The developers reportedly hope to expand the project if positive results continue. How can you expand that? You know, stick it on a sheep so it grows more wool, something like that. I don't know. But they've done it anyway. It is fucking disorientating, though, when you do it. They must come out of there and, you know, it's a little bit disappointing going back in the real world. That's what I'll say. It's that consuming. You know, Like when you take that VR headset off of those cows, they're just going to be, oh, fucking hell. I'm stuck in a fucking warehouse on the outskirts of Moscow. Jesus, what's that guy doing with that bolt gun over there? Why is this conveyor belt taking me closer and closer to him? I don't know. That's what they want to do. It's just a way of factory farming fucking cows. There'll be like warehouses and warehouses of fucking cows just there with VR headsets on. Logging onto the internet, fucking, abusing American kids and shit like that. Hey, you fucking stupid American. That was a fucking bad Russian accent, wasn't it? Who knows? Hey, come on. I'm trying here. I'm trying. Trying to do a bit of entertainment. That'll be it, though. The next minute, fucking, Daisy is fucking king of the internet on the fucking virtual reality headset games. That's what they ought to do. They ought to start feeding the games in there and see how the cows get on with those, shouldn't they? Rather than just showing them a field or something. I said this, it would be good for meditation, the old VR headsets. Good for meditation. That's one way of doing it because, you just like sit there, you get a bit of cool music playing, you got oceans, coming in and out. You get to explore shit, look around a little bit like the beach without the fucking murdering. I don't know. They are the future, man. I need to get one. Definitely. I urge anybody else to get one as well. It's just fucking weird. Although when you put the headset on and that sort of thing, you're playing multiplayer on the internet and that, it's just kids from America on there. Just kids with American accents just abusing each other and fucking taking a piss. Fucking great. Anyway, here we are talking to kids, he says, almost losing his voice. Jesus. Their parents find, here we go. This is what's going, this is the totalitarian state we're living in at the moment. Find 10, I'm on the internet, by the way. That's why I have to, this is what I do when I'm on the internet. I have to say what I am fucking typing in because my brain can't make it silent. I'm not one of those people who reads, by the way, who reads out loud all the time. But like I find when I'm typing shit in on the internet, I have to say it. I don't know what that is, whether it's some sort of learning difficulty. I imagine it is. A bit groggy today. A householder has been fined 10 grand, £10,000 for hosting a christening party for up to 50 people in a marquee with a DJ and musicians, say police. This happened in fucking Wolverhampton. 10 grand in Wolverhampton. 10 grand can fucking buy you Wolverhampton. Some guests had travelled from London for the gathering at a home in Blakenhall area of Wolverhampton on Saturday, West Midlands police added. They've been shopped, haven't they, by a neighbour? You fucking know it. You fucking know that some neighbour has seen that and fucking grassed them up to the police. Wolverhampton is currently in Tier 2, banning mixing indoors. Superintendent Simon English said it was a reckless breach of COVID rules at a time when the virus was spreading. It's still out there, baby. It was clearly pre-planned and bringing together... Well, it's not going to be fucking spontaneous, is it? People go, I wonder if there's a christening going on today around fucking Tracy's house. Let's just fucking turn up on a fucking whim. Jesus. No wonder we've got a fucking drug problem in this country if the police think like that. It was clearly pre-planned, and bringing together this many people at a residential property is not only illegal, but increases the risk of any infections being passed on. Disgusted. We're fully aware that this is a real difficult time for people, but we won't be able to control this disease and return to a sense of normality if we allow such events. This is not about stopping people's fun. Really? Is it not? They fucking love it, the old Bill, don't they? The old police fucking love it. The Rosses. They're fucking wanking themselves silly at the minute because they can stop people from doing shit and claim it's for the greater good. But it's also about saving lives from this awful virus. Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe it is a little bit. Hey, Ben, you're getting carried away. Just too anti-establishment. running, anti-establishment blood running through my veins there. I got carried away, people. I got carried away. It happens. The household initially told police only 20 people were present at the party, but officers said they found more than 40 at the property. Hey, there's only 20 people here. What are you on about? They're fucking, yeah. You've already seen that guy. People hiding under the sofa, under the stairs. Opening up cupboards and there's just fucking grandma and granddad fucking hiding under the sink. Guests were told to leave and the fine was issued to the householder, which the force said was the first time it had imposed on a residential property in the region. Jesus. Tier 2 restrictions include a ban on mixing households indoors and on mixing outdoors if there are more than 6 people. You see, that's it, you see. The sacrifices they're making day in, day out are helping people to keep the infection possible as low as possible. I'm sure they will be disgusted, as I am, at the actions of others who, through this thoughtlessness, are putting people's lives at risk. That's how they get you, baby, isn't it? I mean, 50 is excessive, especially for a christening. That's an expensive christening, that is, isn't it? You know, particularly, you know, I imagine they're not the most religious people anyway. You know, no, most people aren't these days, are they? You know, the most religious people anyway. If they're, you know, the religious types, you know, church every fucking Sunday and, you know, doing little bits, you know, holding a tombola or a raffle for some charity that they don't really give a fuck about, but it makes them look good. Those religious people, you know, the ones where you go to a christening, like I went to my niece's christening, and they sit on the end of the pew and start chatting to you because they think you're going to fucking join the church and all they want is your fucking money. You know, those religious people, they're not the type to really sort of like bend the rules or break the rules unless it suits them, are they? You know, unless they want to scurry about some money out of the fucking collection plate. They're not the type to do it. So these people, I imagine, I'm just casting aspersions here, people. Just, you know, joining the dots as we do, doing my Columbo. Just one more question. I imagine these people ain't really, you know, the super religious type. So you ain't going to forget that christening. How much was your christening? 10 grand. You know, is 10 grand enough to save the soul of a baby from burning in hell forever? Who knows? Maybe they weighed up the odds. That's it. They'll have them christened, you know, 10 grand, you know, like we'll pay the fine so our child doesn't burn in hell forever. And then they find out afterwards, actually, none of that shit exists. Oh, fucking hell, man. I'm 10 grand down for saving your soul. You're going to have to earn that back. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the sort of draconian laws we are living under in the freedom of the UK at the moment. Can't they? I thought they could still meet up. Can't, like, religious? You know, they've done that thing, haven't they? Where, you know, you can still meet up, like, for religious memorial, not a memorial service, but, you know, like Sunday service and practice your religion or whatever. You can still do that. Couldn't they have just done it in a church and then, you know, or a church hall or something? Have a few fucking sausage rolls, a few mini quiches. That's it. At the back of the church as the old vicar's wetting the baby's head and shit. I don't know. Just throwing out ideas there, you know. Pay me 5 grand to come up with the ideas to save you the other 5 grand. That would have worked, wouldn't it? I don't know. What are we on? 29 minutes, people. Holy shit, we've done everything, haven't we? We've done Halloween. We've done cows with VR glasses. We've done poor people from Wolverhampton being fined 10 grand for naming their child. Jesus, you know, it better be a good fucking name. You know, it better be like a double-barreled, you know, loads of fucking middle names and shit like that. Well, we wanted to get Auntie Irene and fucking Auntie Shirley and everybody's name in there for it as well. If it's just like fucking, you know, Tom Smith or something, Jesus. Claire Grimshaw. I want to be fined fucking 10 grand for that, and you've named your kid Claire Grimshaw. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus. Anyway, people, that is episode 156 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you have any questions or anything you want to have a go at me about, or just call me a twat, it is just podcast at benbriggs.co.uk. .co.uk, that should be Ben Briggs at, is that right? Yeah, Ben Briggs at .co.uk. I will be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Have a great rest of your weekend. We're going into November. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. I will speak to you on Tuesday.